And tell me a little bit about the album, what inspired it.
Well, initially, I guess it was the first two tracks that I knew I wanted to record were old pieces by one by Herbie Hancock and one by Horace Silver, Dolphin Dance and Blowing the Blues Away, respectively. Because there were songs I've been working with the set for over the last year or so, and I don't know. It was a little bit of a getting back to my jazz sort of roots, this album, you know. So it's so the name Timepieces, I guess, because the rest of the album was kind of started being written, and I guess it had a bit of the influence of the 1950s, kind of 60s, Blue Note era jazz stuff. So it's some of my favorite jazz recordings from that time.
How did you get into music?
Both my parents are big music fans, you know, and my father plays piano a bit, and my mother plays a bit as well, and I don't know, there's just always been a lot of music around the house when I was growing up. Well, I started on piano when I was 7 or so, or I took piano lessons for a while, and then I picked up a little bit of guitar when I was like 12 or so, 12 or 13. And then I was really more interested in wanting to play the drums, or I was really into the kind of rhythm sections. I was into the drums and bass, and so I just kind of picked up the bass and started teaching myself really to play it. You know, and it just kind of, I guess maybe it chose me. I don't know. It kind of came naturally, so I stuck with that.
Now, writing for films, how different is that for you? Is it more difficult or than just writing, or how do you go about it?
Well, it's a totally different process, you know, than doing your own albums, your own music, your own albums. Especially jazz is kind of all about, you know, freedom of expression and playing in the moment, playing how you want. But film music is much more, structured, and you're writing obviously that's something that's supporting what's already on the screen. So you're called upon to write whatever is needed for the particular scene or particular film, So it's different. It's a lot of sitting at the computer, and a lot of editing, and just kind of trying and seeing things, see what fits and things like that. So it's different. I enjoy it, but it's a different kind of challenge, It can be challenging.
Fabulous musicians. Could you just tell me their names?
Yeah, it's Alex Norris was playing trumpet, and Jason Rigby is playing saxophones, and Rick Jermison at the piano, and Joe Strasser on drums.
Now, do you tour with this group, or?
I do. We've been, some of the guys I've known for quite a while, actually 15, 16 years, some of them, but we've been playing in this lineup, kind of on and off for about the last 4 years. I've been living in Paris, well, I'd say the better part of the last 8-9 years now. So.
Oh, and how many languages do you speak?
Well, I used to speak pretty decent Spanish, but now my French is kind of better than that, so my Spanish is kind of taking the back seat a bit.
Was it a big adjustment moving to Paris for you?
A little bit. It was. I made the change just because I put my daughter there in school, and and she learned French, and she went to a bilingual school for a while, and then it was just I was going over to Europe and playing quite often anyway, even when I lived here in New York, so it was just for a change and some different opportunities to play.
Do you play the continent? Do you play all over Europe?
Yeah, all over Europe. I'm usually there, I'd say about 8-9 months out of the year.